Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing the three wingers that Barcelona are eyeing outside of Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. So we're going to be revolving around Kenan Yildiz, Antonio Nusa, and Ben Seghir. As of right now, the pursuit of young, dynamic attacking talents has become crucial for Barcelona's renaissance under Hansi Flick. And these are three players that Flick is saying yes to. But we are going to delve deeper into each of these wingers to understand just who they are, starting with Kenan Yildiz, who I believe is a versatile powerhouse, somebody who does represent Juventus. He is 20 years old, 6 feet in height. He is from Turkey and has a market value of 20 to 25 million euros. In the last season that we have completed, he had one hell of a season, and that was considered as his second season with Juventus in the first team, playing 52 matches, scoring 12 goals and providing 7 assists. That is 7 goals and 4 assists in the Serie A, and also did very well recently for the Club World Cup, where he scored 3 goals, provided 1 assist in 4 matches. He has truly emerged as one of Serie A's most promising attacking talents. He has shown great technical ability, has a great physical presence because once again he's like 6 feet, and most importantly he is a player that is good with both feet, so he can use his left foot and his right foot. So because of this, that is what allows him to attack defenders from either side. So whether we want to place this player on the left wing, he can do that. On the right wing, he can do that. Maybe even as a center forward, he can most likely do that. So he's very unpredictable in his movements. Think about a player similar to Dembele. Dembele is very versatile. He knows how to use both feet, which makes him very unpredictable. He's very strong in terms of the aerial abilities, winning both on the defensive side and the offensive side. He has been highly regarded as a remarkable player who has great composure in big matches because he had standout performances in the Champions League and also in the FIFA Club World Cup, like we recently discussed, with spectacular goals that he has scored. Let's move on towards Antonio Nusa. To me, I do think that this is going to be our best option, and this is a player that has been linked with Barcelona much more compared to the other ones, right? So Nusa is the one that Deco is most likely going to go for to strengthen the wing's position. He is 20 years old as well, has a market value of 21 million euros. He does represent RB Leipzig, and he is actually the player that has taken Dani Olmo's number when Dani Olmo left RB Leipzig for FC Barcelona back in August 2024. And from there, Nusa quickly adapted and became a main protagonist for RB Leipzig. Now, he is only right-footed. He can sometimes use his left, but he's not as good compared to Kenan, who can use both feet. Nusa is mainly a right-footer, and so in his first season with RB Leipzig, he played 36 matches and scored 5 goals and provided 6 assists. That is really, really good. And he is from Norway. So, Erling Haaland, be careful because we might have a brand new star here, but he is talent. He is a pure left winger where all of his goals do come from the left flank. He has explosive pace, definitely will be one of the fastest players at FC Barcelona if he were to join, and has great technical ability. One of the things that Barcelona is looking for from their wingers is having exceptional pace and 1v1 ability. Nusa has those characteristics. He has been described as a player who can create a lot of chaos, and he likes doing that. He enjoys creating chaos. He constantly tries to attack the defense over and over again. He has quick feet, explosive speed. He can beat defenders with no problem. On average, he does score 0.28 goals per 90 minutes, but I do think that under a system like Hansi Flick's Barcelona, he can definitely improve on those numbers to maybe 0.60 goal contributions per 90 minutes. The fact that he's already thriving in RB Leipzig's high pressing system is also a huge plus. Now, lastly, let's talk about Ben Seghir, a player who is from AS Monaco, also 20 years old and has a market value of 28 million euros. I would say that he is the most technically gifted among the three that we have talked about. He's definitely also a player that really does love Monaco. He has been there for a very long time, going through the academy, spending already 3 seasons in the first team with Monaco, and a player that might potentially, you guys might have guessed it, play with Ansu Fati if he were not to come. But in the last season, he played 46 matches, scored 9 goals and 4 assists. Once again, really, really good. He has exceptional technical ability, like I've said, great creativity. He has outstanding ball control, dribbling ability, great vision, and allows him to create chances out of nothing. I would think that, if you were to compare his playing style to Lamine Yamal, it is very close. It's just that he is on the left side. He's also from Morocco, by the way. His development at Monaco, I would also say, is very similar to the one of Thierry Henry and Kylian Mbappe. So that does speak of his potential. He also did struggle with some injuries back in the 2023-2024 season, but he has worked extensively to get into top physical condition. And so look, we are going to go and continue with the 4-2-3-1 system and the 4-3-3 hybrid, where the game is going to require high pressing intensity, vertical passing, quick transitions. You need to have high physical fitness, great endurance, positional flexibility. You need to be a goal scoring threat from wide areas, especially for wingers. Flick does prefer to have proactive wingers who are eager to be involved and focus on scoring goals than just pure creating. And he does want wingers who can cut inside and create goal scoring opportunities. They also have to contribute significantly defensively defensively. Through pressing, tracking back, maintaining the high tempo that Barcelona do need, going back and forth, there's a lot that is demanded for a winger in Hansi Flick's Barcelona. Flick has also emphasized multiple times, again, right, to the media that physical preparation is important and physical fitness is the base. You need that. So I would put it down like this. Kenan Yildiz, to me, is the most complete package because he's the most well-rounded. When we talk about Antonio Nusa, I would say he is the speedster, very system ready to whatever Barcelona do need on the wings. And I would say that for Ben Seghir, he is the most technical. And all in all, my preference is going to be Antonio Nusa, mainly because of the two characteristics that he does have. He fits Barcelona the most because of his pace and because of his 1v1 ability. And that aligns so well to the direct vertical attacking plays. And it's the fact that he has shown that he can adapt to the high pressing system that RB Leipzig have done. Nusa seemed okay with that, and he was very intense with what he had to do. His physical profile is also immense, right? We talked about the pace, the athleticism, very much similar to Dembele. I would also say that maybe he is also cost effective, right? He's only 21 million euros to 25 million euros. Barcelona can really get this deal done. And maybe, right, maybe in the future, we can develop this player to be adaptable to both wings. I know that he's not that great on his left foot because he's mainly a right footer, but I do think that through time, because I have seen him try to attempt this himself, he can get better with his left foot, and maybe we could use him on the right wing position when needed, very similar to Rafinha. And so all in all, that's going to be it. Out of these three players, it is going to be Nusa. Stepping away from that, let's talk about the transfer updates in regards to Luis Diaz and Rooney Bardi, which is another player that Barcelona is currently completing. Bild have claimed that Luis Diaz has given a verbal yes to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich tried to sign him a few weeks ago, and after Musiala's injury, they have made Luis Diaz as their number one left wing target because that is a huge blow for Bayern Munich. Musiala, who could play on the number 10 position and also on the left wing position, he's going to be out for the next 6 months, and they need another player. Hence the reason why Bayern are going to go all in on Luis Diaz. The status with Liverpool and their side, they're saying that, okay, Liverpool, we're open with talks, but the money that Liverpool do want is immense. For example, let's just say the Barcelona and Bayern Munich are competing for Luis Diaz, which is very much real. It has been said, according to Helena Condis, that Liverpool will let Luis Diaz leave if they receive a good offer for about 82 million euros, a figure Barcelona doesn't want to reach. Rashford will only emerge as the main target if Diaz is rolled out and does not end up coming. And let me tell you, the most Barcelona's going to do to sign a player like Luis Diaz is going to be 60 to 63 million euros. Nothing more from there. Barcelona will not overpay for no player, because if they're going to be so strict on Nico Williams and say that we're not even going to give you a transfer release clause where you can leave in case we don't register you, like how are you going to expect Barcelona to say like, yes, we'll pay 82 million euros for Luis Diaz? Barcelona is very strict. They're not going to be overextending their club. Joan Laporta and Deco will not be moved whatsoever, and that is the correct attitude to have, because we never want to be in another financial situation like we are currently in ever again in the future. And so the one thing that Luis Diaz will need to do if he wants to go to Barcelona is actually say, Liverpool, please, I know I love you guys, like I know that you guys have taken care of me, but I want to only go to FC Barcelona, get the deal done, and make it as easy as possible, because I don't want to play for Liverpool and I don't want to play for Bayern Munich. I only want to Barca. And that's going to allow for Barcelona to have the leverage and say, okay, Luis Diaz is forcing the move. Now Liverpool have to listen to us because Luis Diaz wants to leave, and the only thing that we could offer is 60 to 65 million euros. Take it or leave it. Stepping away from that, let's talk about Rooney Bardi. Rooney Bardi has completed the first part of his medical with FC Barcelona, which is a 2 million euro transfer from FC Copenhagen. Everything has already been verbally agreed. The final paperwork is going to be due by next week, and that is only good news. Bardi is a player that's going to come in here, play for Barca Athletic, but potentially compete against Lamine Yamal in the first team if he shows that he is good enough. And also at the same time, competing against Tony Fernandes, another player that wants to go into the first team and wants to compete against Lamine Yamal. We'll see what happens, right? I think that this triangle between Bardi, Tony Fernandes, and Lamine Yamal looks very good to me. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.